It's a little bit dark, and it's raw. This is coming straight from the heart. I'm Tina Warren. I'm an intuitive pathfinder. What that means is that I help people find a way forward, a way through, just some direction. I do this in various ways. I use tarot cards, oracle cards. I'm a medium. I use Reiki. I've been doing this work for 4.5 years now, just over. But it never used to always be this way. A lot of people know me for the work that I do, and I've had the privilege of meeting lots and lots of people in this part of the journey of my life. But it didn't start out like this. Or maybe it did, actually. We're born into this world, every single one of us, wide open, so able to see and perceive far more than we ever do as adults. And as a child, that was so strong in me, I couldn't tell the difference between who was really there and who wasn't, and whether someone was actually there or I was just picking up their energy. I gradually learned over time that wasn't always a good thing. And over time, I learned to keep quiet. I learned not to say what I could see. I learned to follow other people's leads in conversations. I became mute, pretty much, very quiet. Or I could talk about rubbish, really, for a long time. So, anyway, I had what I consider a pretty standard sort of life-ish. Not the easiest of starts, but I didn't know any different. I do now, but I didn't know then. And actually, some of the things that I did, looking back, may have been a bit weird. Like the Ouija board in the graveyard when I was 15. That wasn't good. The fascination I had with everything, everything to do with nature, how the world worked, what religion was, why we believed the things that we did. I was such a curious, inquiring child. I'm here, as are all of us, for a reason. We don't just land on this place as an accident. Our lives are a gift, and each of us comes with something that we can share or offer that can help maybe one person, maybe an animal, maybe the planet, maybe another person, maybe a whole group of people, or maybe yourself. Every single one of us, in my experience, goes through life living and having experiences. And that means going through things that are really painful, that actually can scar us, can mark us, that we hold deep wounds from. It also gives us really blissful, joyful moments. Our life is meant to be like that, and I understand that now. And actually, the purpose of me doing this video is sometimes we feel stuck. We feel stuck and limited. by our past, by things that we build around us, aspects we add to our personalities as we grow. We begin to understand ourselves in certain ways, and we begin to perceive things about ourselves too. And sometimes we can go through the whole of our lives without even challenging these beliefs that can keep us really, really limited and really, really small and really out of touch with who we are. We all came here with a reason and a purpose. And sometimes it's those really hard times in life, the really difficult circumstances and situations, where all that you can do is trust. And it's sometimes at those points in our lives where we feel there's no hope, that the end of the road isn't that far away. When we let go of everything that holds us back and puts every ounce of energy into a desire to be, to live, and to exist. And at that point in my life, I asked, why am I here? And I got my answer pretty immediately. And the first answer I got was Reiki. And once I'd come to terms with what that meant, I said I would put it into practice and I would start working with Reiki so that I could use that to help people. And actually use something that was very natural to me as a way forward. I was okay with the Reiki. The and came shortly after, a few months. The light had sort of come back into my life. I felt I had a purpose. Although I knew there was something else and I wasn't sure what it was. It was amazing when it come. Randomly, a conversation brought up angel cards. I flew out of the chair. I was saying, I can read angel cards and tarot cards, oracle cards too. I know how to use pendulums and crystals, and it was just flowing from me. And I was thinking, no, shh, no. What are you saying? You don't do that. And actually, when I finished, my friend said, do you? Or it was a neighbour, do you? And I said, apparently so. I found the and. I knew it with every single fibre of my being. I had found what I was here to do. The game. The game of life had started. And I needed to start work. So I decided to get some cards printed and let people know that I'd be doing tarot readings and Reiki. And Tina Tarot Reiki was born. Nearly. That was the very start. Anyway, I was really, really looking forward to doing the work, to actually seeing what I could do. Only little did I know that that would start sooner than I anticipated. Literally 3 days after I took some cards to work. Not for the patients. I was a nurse. They were for staff, for colleagues at work. There was an incident that left 3 of the hospital staff, 3 of the qualified staff on that ward that day in hospital. 1 patient, 3 staff hospitalised. I was one of those staff. And on that day, July 19th, 2014, my career as a nurse ended. My life imploded. And then I realised what had actually happened was I was given the opportunity to fulfil my promise. For 6 months, I wasn't able to return to work, experiencing horrendous flashbacks, and in all that time, I slept through the night twice. 15 years of caring for people who were enduring some of the worst times of their life. 15 years of love, compassion, and understanding taken in just seconds. Shattered. No blame, no blame. It was shattered. And who I was wasn't there anymore. But who I am was allowed to step forward. And from this very frightened, fragile place, I tenuously stepped into the work that I have done ever since. For 6 months, the only thing that kept me here, the only thing that kept me going, and the only thing that pulled me forward was this work. And for 6 months, I offered Reiki and readings to various people for ridiculous prices. I did it for free. I did it for the experience, because I'd never read cards for anybody before. So I needed to know how to shuffle. I learnt 2 spreads. I've never learnt the cards, not the full meanings. Every time I use them, they change, the image changes, because the energy of the person is different, and that will influence every single reading. I work with energy. I understand everything on an energetic level. Everything holds energy. Everything holds a story. If you touch something, that energy stays. And it speaks. It speaks volumes. Your name contains your energy, your vibration. Everything about you contains an aspect of you, a fractal of you. because even the smallest part contains the whole. I see the world in a very, very different way. And for a long time, I've been recovering who I am. And so 4.5 years since I officially announced to the world I was here, 20,000 readings later. An amazing array of work. Not just readings, not just mediumship. Energy clearing. Working with energy in lots and lots of different ways. Helping people in many different ways. Lifting curses. Finding hexes. Clearing houses. Doing healing. Adapting and changing that healing as I've learned and grown. And working with the energy in a way that feels right with that person. I've worked with integrity. I've worked with honesty. I can only work with truth. And for so long, I've held myself back, kept myself busy. But been scared to speak up about who I am. So, I'm Tina Warren. I'm an intuitive pathfinder. I use tarot, oracle cards, crystals, and pendulums. I work with energy. I'm a Reiki master practitioner and teacher. I love and accept who I am. And despite the poor quality, the appalling lighting, the very, very tired Tina, I'm sharing this. Because my journey is nothing to be ashamed of. And the amount of people that I've seen grow and flourish. They got over their fears. It's time for me to walk my talk. So, if you're interested in a reading, you can get hold of me through the website. But I actually do this for a living. For the last 4.5 years, this has been my life. And I'm very proud to say I have loved every single minute of it. I've worked with some fabulous people and in some fabulous places. I've had experiences beyond my wildest dreams. And the one thing that made me actually come on and do this video, and I am sharing this video is the fact that I ask myself what I'm scared of. And then that beautiful, beautiful tool that we've all got, every single one of us. I'm not special. I'm nothing different from any one of you. We can all do what I do. When we become who we're meant to be. I have got a pretty amazing life. I am so grateful to be here at this time on this planet. I am Tina Warren, Intuitive Pathfinder, and I've finally come out. Lots of love. Bye bye.